Welcome to another interactive session with 10 Count. And today we are glad to have the PFL fighter, Olena Kolensyk, with us. So glad to have you here, Olena. First of all, thank you for joining with us. And
Thank you for invite.
firstly, before going into the fight talks, I just wanted to know how has life been treating you and how has 2023 been treating you so far?
I'm thanks God every day that I wake up, I'm alive, I'm healthy. What else I can wish in this life? I'm happy that my parents alive. God bless them. So I'm blessed. That's all I need in this life.
Also, you just had a great fight, a great win against Lad. Like it was a big win. You made a statement after the fight. It was a hard-fought battle. Like both women, you guys really pulled it off. So, what was the experience like? It was a slugfest, absolute slugfest. Were you really impressed with your performance, or do you think like you could have got a stoppage win? What was going through your mind after the fight?
After the listen, I never happy myself. I'm happy when I make, as you said, stoppage fight. And I feel like in the middle of the first round and in the second round I can finish her. But no excuses. There were some circumstances which influence on my health and performance. I was ill before the fight. But no matter what, I won the fight.
Yeah.
Thanks God. Seriously. And we work with my team really hard to make it. But God was, as usual, on our side. And he won. I win the fight. So we did it. And thanks God for everything, man.
As you say, like knockout and stoppage victories are very important. But when you win a fight via decision, it really tests your skill as a fighter, like how hard you can go. And as we can all see, you were also bleeding from your nose. When a lot of people would have thought that no, there's no way she can win this fight, but still you pulled it off. So where did you get this inspiration from? That no matter what, like even if you are bleeding, you still need to pull it off, and you're not getting the stoppage win. So how did your game plan turn out to be at that point?
Listen, blood, my hair, as you see, I make myself bald to make the weight. Everything is no matter. Meanwhile, when I step in the octagon, when I step in the cage, my soldiers, my coaches, my teammates from Ukraine protect my land, protect my parents, protect my small sister. So what mean to make like a bleeding nose, some scars when I step into the cage? When I step into the cage, every time I'm ready to die, and it's not only words. This is what I mean, because it's just showtime. It's performance. It's when I can show who am I, and I enjoy it. The momentum, the process of the fighting. I like to punch people. I like to kick people, and um, I like to to compete. This is the main things. And if you're asking about mental part, how I can complain when the fighters from my country protect my land from the people who try to steal my territory. So no complaint, nothing, and whatever some people from the hall where I was and went like start to say something. This is a funny situation in the fight. So after the fight, the teammate of my opponent start to like ooh yelling, but they didn't know that there is a Ukrainian community in there, and they was already so excited my rounds, so they already a little bit drink, and they're like, "What?" So they start yelling back, and I was honestly scared about second fight right after my fight outside of the octagon because I don't want to make my people trouble. So, but for me, you see my reaction in the cage. I know I won. Judges know I won. My teammates know I won. My country, my soldiers, everyone know I won the fight. So, thanks God for everything. We're moving forward.
And we could also see that you were emotionally like really going through a lot and you were really expressing yourself. Even if you pummeled your opponent with the punches, you still didn't had it done. You still like screaming that you're here for the blood, and that really inspired a lot of people. Now, when I'm talking to you, I can really sense that your Ukrainian roots, the heritage of the Ukrainian country has really inspired you. And it's just not just you. We have seen so many fighters from Ukraine like accomplish wonders, like talk about Lomachenko, talk about Usyk, the Klitschko brothers. So what do you feel like? How does this Ukrainian root inspire you to be a fighter? Like what extra does it add to a fighter's resume? Like when you're from Ukraine, like what your land brings to you?
Uh, Everything. I'm proud to be Ukrainian. I'm proud to have Ukrainian blood, and I have my DNA test recently coming. I'm 78% Ukrainian. Other part, I'm Baltics from my grandma. She was, unfortunately, she passed away during I was here last in the end of last year. So she was Lithuanian. So I'm 78% Ukrainian, and other part I'm Lithuanian. So I'm like full of Ukrainian blood. And I grew up on, by the way, I like that you mentioned, I grew up on Klitschko fights. This is how I
Okay.
spent time. This is how I spent time with my grandpa, who was, I think, my grandpa was the huge part of my life. And this is my father is a really hard worker, so I most of the time of my childhood I grew up with my grandpa, and he was a huge fan of sport. He was a huge fan of boxing, and with him I 4 5 years old I watching old boxing fights with him. When I became a little bit older, like 9 10 years old, I watching Klitschko brothers. So of course it has the influence on the future for me right now. So all these guys like Klitschko, like the guys like Usyk, like Lomachenko, of course they inspire me. They inspire me when I just start my way in the boxing, in Muay Thai, and like I think I don't even speak about athletes. I speak about my people. I really love my people, and as I told you, I'm proud to be Ukrainian.
Like we have always seen the Ukrainian athletes, they don't just replicate their greatness inside the ring, but they also do that outside the ring. You talk about any other athletes, and you're absolutely very proud of your Ukrainian heritage, as you say, as you should be. So, what does it? How does it prioritize your role outside the cage? Because, like as we can see, you just had your training camp, I believe. You just had your training. You're all glowing up right now, ready to get this interview done. So super fast. So being an Ukrainian representative, how does it prioritize your role outside the cage?
Outside as the cage, it's still a huge responsibility. Because in my face, so I'm the only one Ukrainian from the guys and from the girls in the tournament, and this tournament shown by ESPN, the huge platform. So the whole world watching me, and in my face, in my performance outside cage or uh, behind the skin when I'm not on the TV, I still represent my country. I still represent my people. So it's important for me, and in my face I represent all Ukraine, so I try to to make my best.
Also, like you just had your fight in April, and according to ESPN or or any other website, they don't show when you are going to fight next. But if we go to your Instagram profile, we can already see that there's written in your bio, next fight is in June. So can you give us a
Yeah.
few clarity on when you're going to see you next?
They honestly don't tell me who will be next. It's definitely will be one of the girl who lost, and I just cannot wait for the next fight. What make me difference from other girls? I'm not there to prove somebody something. I'm enjoy momentum. I'm just love what I make. I just I have so much passion when I step into the cage. I can show the whole world who am I. This is at this moment I feel alive. I feel alive. So I just like the process. I just like to perform. And again, the performing on such a huge tournament to give me the voice and speak about my country, that war still not stop, that we're still in trouble, and my country like a frame for the whole world protection. So it give me opportunity to speak about my people and have this voice. So yeah, I love to perform. I like to compete, and as I told you before, I'm blessed, and I cannot wait for the next fight. No matter who step against me, I'm ready.
And this is a very exciting mentality. It not only inspires your fans, but it also inspires your teammates, everybody who that loves you, who are surrounded around you, and they're really excited to see you back again. Now, I also wanted to know that PFL is one of the largest organizations, the mixed martial art organizations in the world right now. Like they have been doing an incredibly good job. They came up to the high spot at a very short span of time. Like what made you feel like PFL is going to be the perfect platform for you, and how do you think PFL like recognizes themselves differently than all the other MMA promotions? Like because one thing is that I know PFL has got one of the best technologies. You can see the punch speed, the leg kick speed, which is absolutely amazing, and we cannot get access to all these stats in the other MMA promotions. As a fighter, what do you feel PFL has offered you which no other promotion could have done?
As a fighter, so let me tell you the story.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of sports, number one, it's not MMA, it's a
Okay.
K1.
Okay.
And yeah, and the K1, I grew up on the fights on the racer for the president. I grew up on the fights of Peter Arts, of Ernesto Hust. I grew up on the K1 Max in Japan of Masato, my favorite fighter, Georgia Petros and Albert Krauts.
Oh,
So system, when you have opportunity to fight, or like not only one fight, you have a lot of bunches of opponents and you need to compete with them all. This is what makes PFL unique. This is what make us different from any other tournaments. And isn't it excited? It's all, of course, it's all in the God hands, but it's all about your preparation, your will, your hard work. So all of us have a chance to fight, like at least 4 fights in a year, you know? So, like, just work hard, just, you know, believe in God and keep doing. And this is what makes me excited to be a part of PFL, to represent PFL. And I cannot wait, honestly. I pray God every day this horrible war stop in my country. And my main goal to take the belt of PFL and bring PFL to Ukraine. And it became my goal became much close because PFL now in Europe.
yep.
So
Absolutely. People has
one
gone to Europe.
listen, one day, 1000%, this horrible war who kill a lot of my people, who kill a lot of my nation, fucking stop. And I bring the belt of PFL to my country. And I bring the PFL to my country and I bring more Ukrainian fighters to PFL. This is my goal. This is honestly my goal. I really want to be more Ukrainian in PFL. I'm excited about it. I like to be unique Ukrainian in PFL, the only one. But from my side, I want to show the whole world, the Ukrainian fighters, how great we are.
As I can see, you are fighting for a greater cause. You're not just fighting for money or not just fighting for your own pro regime. You're fighting for your country people. And as I can sense that you're a natural fighter who just loves to fight no matter what. So when did like a lot of times the people like have this notion that when you're a woman, you like you can have other sports. So I'm pretty sure obviously things have changed. People love to see women fight today. But when not a professional fighter, like I'm pretty sure you had a lot of fights at schools, if I'm not wrong. So what was the point when you realized that no, this is something that I love, even when you didn't know that I'm going to be a fighter, but fighting is something that I love, and if somebody gets in my way, I'm going to smack them out. So if you can share some of your experiences from school days or when you were not a fighter, but yet you turned out to be a fighter on those days.
Um, so my first master's degree is I supposed to be English teacher and literature. At school, I was bullied by other kids because my mother decided. So my mother is a teacher, and most of my family there is no professional athlete at all. Most of my family it's a teachers and scientists. So my mother decided that I need to stop to study in regular school. So she put me in a high level school, and it was really rich school for rich kids. I'm from I wouldn't call us poor, but we like poor to close to medium level
A
in my country.
middle class family, I believe.
Middle, but it was, as I told you, it was a high level education school, but for the rich people.
Yeah.
And I was bullying at school before. You're totally right. When I was small, I fight with everyone, with guys, boys, no matter. But when they put me in this school, I will start to be bullied by other kids, by my clothing, how I look, how I speak, you know. It was painful time for me. But as soon as I finish it, I enter university, and as again, I supposed to be English teacher, and I'm a huge nerd. I like to read a lot. Reading is my passion either. So I describe for myself such type of sport as a sambo. And after samba, I describe for myself Muay Thai because I want to be really flexible and stretch like Jean-Claude Van Damme. And
Yeah.
as soon as I understand how cool it compete with other people, and as soon as I understand this old child which was lost in this bullying and with this horrible attitude to me, you know, judging my clothes, not feel who am I inside, I'm like, whoa, this is actually who am I, and this is how I born for it. I born to compete. I born to be a fighter. So as more I'm training, as more I take a part in a different type of combat arts, I more and more became close and realized that, okay, I definitely finished my degree and I was one of the best students on my course. So I give my diploma to my mom. It was her dream that I finish it with a good marks, and I did it. And I said to my parents, I love you, I respect you, but I have my own goals. I have my dream, and I want to be the best in the whole world. I want to be the best athlete. So my parents, so my parents still have a hope that one day I change. And for them, honestly, it doesn't matter. So nowadays, I get in my fourth master degree. I'm studying on psychologist right now.
Oh, that
But
is crazy.
yeah, but still, for my parents, they wish me another way, not so hard. And as more I grow up, I understand why they say it because they love me. But what I want to tell the whole your viewers of this video, you need to understand your life only can live by yourself, you know, not your parents, not your partners, not anyone else. Follow your dreams and never ever betray yourself. Never. Be loyal to yourself. Listen yourself what your heart say, and just follow your goals and dreams, and everything is possible in this life. Everything.
So as I can see, you take this fighting thing very seriously, not just about throwing your fist, but fighting for your goals, fighting for your country people. And you've already mentioned your favorite fighters, like you're highly inspired by all the Ukrainian fighters, the Klitschko brothers, Lomachenko, Usyk. Can you please name me any other fighters outside Ukraine who have inspired you really greatly?
Well, you didn't mention our Bellator champion Yaroslav Amosov, my friend.
Absolutely, yeah, my bad. I apologize for that. So it's all always about Ukrainian fighters, right? More about people from your country who have
No,
inspired
no,
you.
no, 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 no. As I told you, I'm a huge fan of K1 fighters. Most
Okay,
of them, it's like, unfortunately, nowadays, I think it's like a lost era of huge tough men. You
okay,
know, they have a great, brave hearts.
great.
If I'm watching other MMA fighters who inspire me, I think Conor McGregor because, for example, his parents wish him another way of his life. But again, he listened his heart and he followed his dreams and he became a double champ. Huge inspiration for me either. And if I look at any other organizations, who else nowadays he fight, which definitely hard choice for me with Michael Chandler. I
Okay.
like this too. He's really hard worker, and I think he has a good person. I never met him, never speak with him, but I'm sure he has a good personality inside. So for me, Hard workers inspire me because this is who am I.
Also, like as you have mentioned, like you have been through a lot. You have been fighting with your parents in a different way to get your career accomplished. Then you have been fighting your opponents, and right now you're one of like you're already a known face in the PFL domain. A lot of Ukrainian fans, a lot of international fans, they really love you. They want to see you fight. Now it brings me to this thought that we have recently seen Reason and Bellator host a cross promotion event between each other. They brought their best fighters, hosted an event together. Would it entertain you to do something like that with PFL, or do you just want to concentrate on one promotion at a time?
Mm, I don't like to thinking about future. I like to make everything step by step. Let me win the fight 16 June. Let me step by step get this belt of PFL, and we will see what future prepare for us. I like to compete. I like to fight, and as more God give me the health and opportunity to do it, I'm ready. I'm ready for the next couple of years. I want to do my best, and I will put everything for it, whatever it takes.
Now, like it brings me to this question that you're I'm pretty sure you're not fighting just for money. You're fighting for your country people. But PFL also has this unique proposition where the fighters are enabled to earn 1 million. Like when you look into the other promotions, UFC or Bellator, only fighters with star power or with PPV names, they're only entitled to the big purse monies. If even if you have got an incredible talent, even if you're putting out knockouts, or even if you're winning fights in impressive fashions, it doesn't get you to that big cash money in a UFC or Bellator. But at PFL, if you are performing and if you're winning, you're entitled to that 1 million. So for a moment, let's imagine that you have won that $1 million payback. What's the first thing you would be doing? Like any purchase plans you have got for your family, for your country people? Like what's the first thing you will do with that 1 million paycheck?
Um, so my parents not healthy, and because they really work hard. So I definitely first thing I do, I fix their health. Then I wanna help to my people to rebuild my country. And for myself, maybe I buy a couple dresses.
So, other than mixed martial arts, like if not mixed martial arts, is there no life? What else do you do in your free time? How do you spend your time? What else do you like other than mixed martial arts? Because I know that you kind of love fighting, even if you're not inside the cage. I hope you're fighting. Like I believe that you keep on fighting. But if you're not fighting, what do you like to do otherwise?
As I told you now, I try to get, and it's really hard, my fourth degree in psychology. I would like, and I writing the book,
Oh,
autobiography. So I would like to publish it one day because I hope it help other girls, especially girls, not going through way I went through. And I have a quote, I never understand. I have some coaches on my way that say, if you tell them, oh, it's so hard, they say, you don't know what mean hard. You don't know what mean hard. Like you need to went through my road, which I passed through. And I never ever understand it, and I won't understand it. So why your fighters need to go through your work? Be better version of yourself. Help other people not make your mistake. Protect them. Make them better than you are. Make them faster champion than you are. Help other people. For me, other people's success inspire me. I want you better than me. I want you make it faster than me and not went through the hell I went through. Because trust me, oh my God, like if I open my mouth, some people must go to the prison. But
oh.
as I told you, I writing book right now and I publish it, and this is revenge for this health I went through. Trust me, it will be really powerful book. Anyway, for my side, I try to help girls and boys not went through the hell I went. I just want to help them to be succeed and to be better than I am, much faster. I will be happy. I will be happy to help other people.
And as you said, you've been through a lot, and from my perspective, you're still dealing with a lot. You're doing your educations at the same time. You're a PFL fighter. This is which is crazy. Like if you go and ask somebody, you're a PFL fighter who is still doing her education, who's still focused on education. That is like literally crazy. Getting your nose broken, then coming back home and studying. This is like really, as an MMA fan, I can only express you what kind of amazement it gives me. So, any advice you would want to give to those people, to those youngsters who are doing a job but at the same time doing their studies? But when I see it from your perspective, like you're getting your nose broken, you're fighting, you're planting, you're a PFL fighter. For a lot of people, this is like the peak of their success. This is the peak of their career. They don't need to think about anything else, but you're still finishing your studies. So any advice to those people who are doing two or three professions or things simultaneously? How to like handle it? How to get yourself inspired when you're, because at times you also feel drained, like I want to quit one of those things. But from a broader perspective, you shouldn't be doing this. So how to inspire yourself from stop doing that, not letting those things go?
Only one. It's my life quote. Never give up. Never give up and pray God. God is everything. God is everything, and He give you enough strength to going through the hell. And even you got a lot of problems on your way for your goals, that's mean He trusts in you. He believe in you that you able enough to went through of it.
There's a lot of positivity in you, and obviously I can feel that when we are, this was a great conversation. I really needed this. This was like a therapy from one of the greatest fighters right now. You're a promising fighter who has been doing a lot, and this was really inspiring. So thank you for joining with us, Olena. I'm glad that you will join again, and best of luck for your next fight. Till then, stay safe and stay well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate for your time too.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.